Welcome back to the Creepy Marathon Month. Do we have a scary one in store for you today? From a series of haunted houses to a strange photo that appears to show disembodied faces in the water, strap yourself in, because this one's going to be creepy. Hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. The Haunted AirBnB. When the uploader of this clip rented an Airbnb in Tucson, Arizona, the last thing they expected to capture was a strange ghostly experience. Walking around just filming the apartment and their friends, the original poster had just returned from a basketball game, crashing and eating food, when an upturned shoe turns over, seemingly of its own accord. The uploader is naturally confused, as is their dog, who even prior to this strange event is already transfixed and staring at the shoe, as if watching something. Take a look.
You look at me.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Busted.
I freaking wish I could have stayed there so much longer. Oh my god. This happens to me every time. I'm so sad.
Whoa.
What?
Nothing.
Now, some were quick to point out that the shoe was already balanced delicately, and so either gravity or a disturbance of footsteps on the floor rolled it right side up. Further, they questioned the motive. Why would a ghost choose to perform such an insignificant act as this over something more substantial? Others contend the clear movement of the shoe is too much for gravity, and looks instead like it's been physically knocked or tipped, and that ghosts who have a lack of energy will often perform mundane or insignificant acts as a way to garner attention. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts, we were unable to find any more details surrounding the exact location of the Airbnb, and we do not know if the uploader of the video experienced anything else during their stay there. If it is authentic, then it's pretty strange. Based on our experience of watching thousands of ghost videos, sometimes the simplest videos are often the real deal, and the elaborate footage with tons of backstory are the fake ones. What do you make of this one? Faces in the water. What do you see here? This image was taken over the edge of the SS Watertown, an oil tanker, in January of 1925. Despite the poor quality of the image, you can clearly see what looks like two men's faces bobbing in the water, seemingly staring expressionless as the ship passes by. It's creepy, but wait until you hear the backstory. Not long before this photograph was taken, two sailors aboard the SS Watertown were supposedly killed in a maritime accident. That's when the crew started to see what looked like faces of the two men in the water, vacant and silent, following the vessel as it moved. Between trips, the crew on board the boat would tell people on the shore about their encounter with what they believed to be the ghosts of their fallen crewmates, but nobody believed them. The captain, determined to prove his men right, brought his camera with him the next time they set sail, and managed to snap a photo when the ghost inevitably appeared, which is when he captured the famous photograph. The photo has since gone down in history as one of the eeriest paranormal images on record, and has appeared in documentaries, paranormal books, and supposedly a copy of it was printed out and hung in the head office of City Services, the company in charge of planning the SS Watertown's routes. While many soon believed the captain and his men, others proved skeptical, believing it to be a case of pareidolia, the innate human tendency to see faces in inanimate objects. Blake Smith, a paranormal researcher, has spent over 10 years researching this photo, a job that has taken him deep into the archives surrounding the SS Watertown and City Services. After a lengthy search, he found that the original photo had been cropped from a much larger image, showing the SS Watertown sailing through a storm at sea. In the larger image, the two ghostly faces can faintly be seen towards the top right of the scene, amidst the sea foam battering the hull. Smith believes that while the left face is an example of pareidolia, the right face may have been edited into the image, perhaps to scare people. In the zoomed-in version, he has suggested that the faces were edited to look more like ghostly, disembodied heads. Some disagree, and believe that this is living proof of the paranormal. But what do you think? Haunted House. Phil Koch is the owner of a small YouTube channel of the same name, that's been around for many years. Well, he uploaded a creepy video to his account in 2008 as part of an ongoing investigation into supposed paranormal activity within a house in Wisconsin. Strange noises had been heard in the house, including voices, banging and footsteps, and objects would often move. Phil had seen the curtains open seemingly on their own on multiple occasions before filming the video, and would often witness doors open and close without being pushed. While he does not live there himself, the house was unoccupied by residents at the time of filming, and interestingly, he claims that 3 people had died at the property over a recent 5-year period. The clip we're going to share is just 2 minutes long, but covers the course of 10 minutes in the house's living room. Phil set up a camera facing the wardrobe, window and dining table, and then left the house. You can see the headlights of his car reversing out of the driveway through the living room window at the back, and he came to collect the camera the following morning. Take a look. Before he had even left the premises, strange occurrences began. What sounds like faint snoring can be heard coming from behind the camera. As nobody was living there at the time of the recording, this is certainly unusual. The snoring sound continues with varying levels of volume across the remainder of the clip. Also, just after Phil leaves the premises, a series of short, clattering noises can be heard coming from somewhere off screen. He has interpreted these as being either objects being moved around in the home behind the camera, or even disembodied footsteps. Shortly after, we get a visual piece of evidence within the house, as the wardrobe door opens towards the window. Of course, nobody can be seen pulling it, and no strings or ropes can be seen attached to the handle. Many believe this is proof that a poltergeist resides in this house. Phil has since uploaded a series of videos exploring other haunted locations across Wisconsin, and they're pretty terrifying, but we'll save those for another video. Mermaid on video. This strange video was uploaded in 2022 to YouTube by a user known as Informing Masses. At just over 2 minutes in length, it begins with grainy footage of a mangrove beach in an undisclosed tropical part of the world. The person recording begins to approach a tree stump with roots splayed out around it, and an abnormal, vaguely human shape laid out in front. The person behind the camera crouches to ground level, and we start to see what looks like an emaciated corpse of a person lying on their belly, with their head slightly raised. The camera pans to the left, and we then see the person's whole body, only they seem to have what looks like a mermaid's tail, rather than a pair of human legs. Take a look. Pretty weird, right? The supposed mermaid even has a series of spines and scales along the back, and a pair of hands that end in spindly frog-like digits. To this day, the video has not garnered much attention from viewers, but those that have commented seem to believe that if this is a hoax, it's a good one. The most likely explanation for this video would be that the mermaid in question is part of an art installation, or that it has been intricately put together as a prank, or is potentially a prop that has been washed up. But many others are convinced that it's a real mermaid. What do you think? Haunted house in Kalamazoo. Stephanie, one of our awesome viewers, sent this one in, and it's not been shared before, so you're hearing this for the first time. Here is her story. Everyone always knew that Stephanie's aunt's house in Kalamazoo, Michigan was haunted. Her parents had stayed there for a short period of time, right after she was born, and both her mum and dad witnessed a rocking chair start rocking on its own, then suddenly stop dead. From then on, they were convinced that they were not the only ones in the home. Fast forward to when Stephanie's aunt died, and the family had to pack up and clear the house. That's when they heard something coming from the basement. At first, she thought maybe a cat was trapped, so decided to go down there to let it out. However, there was no cat down there. Shortly after, I'm pretty scared at this point, Stephanie's stepfather was in the basement moving boxes. When he finished moving them, he heard a male voice behind him say "phew," but he was the only one down there. Later, he was looking at jar lids all nailed to the ceiling of an old workspace, and said to himself, "Nice." Again, the same male voice said, "Yup." He turned around, but no one was there. Fast forward about a week, and Stephanie loaned her mum a digital recorder, and she left it on after showing her mum how to use it. After realizing the device had been recording, they listened back out of curiosity, and the recorder had picked up something strange. Take a listen. The female voice is Stephanie's mum, and the male voice is unknown. You can hear Stephanie's mum say, "If I break it, I buy it," but at the same time you hear a male voice say 4 words. "Be warned, he knows." Take another listen. A few months later, a local paranormal team came in and did an investigation on the house before it was sold. They uploaded their investigation to YouTube. Take a look at some of the things they captured. We'll put a full link to the video in the description.
See? It was on metal. It wasn't on like the wall, it was on metal.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Alright, it's right
It
here in
touched
this
you,
corner.
didn't it? Yeah. You heard it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This corner.
No, over here in the hallway.
Over
Oh,
here,
in the
there's
hallway?
something in the hallway.
There's something in the hallway creeping. I know I heard it, and he heard it at the same time I did. Because we both turned.
Come on. Come on now. Right up here? Yeah. That's above the floor. Who's up here? Did you guys just drop something on the floor? Did you guys hear that? No, that wasn't us. Nobody
I didn't hear anything and nobody's moving.
It was like right here in this corner, and I could have sworn it was downstairs.
Pretty creepy. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you think this one was scary, wait until you see what we found for tomorrow's volume. Sleep tight, and I'll see you tomorrow.